like you treat the people in your team as a partnership. It's not like you control them as a manager.
Yeah.
And then you, as long as you share the same mindset, the same objective, the same things that make you feel fulfilled, right?
Yeah.
That's how you actually scale and find like-minded people.
This is Andrian.
And this is Ray. Welcome to the Talk Lah podcast.
Every 2 weeks, we'll invite a new guest and
In every session, we'll dig into their life, relationships, and perspectives.
one question at a time.
Let's talk lah!
Yay.
Welcome to the Talk Lah podcast. This is your co-host Ray, and this is part 2 with Lok. So part 1 in Lok, we've discovered and we actually deep dive on his whole career as a full-time athlete. And then we also discovered why he actually transitioned into insurance at FWD. So if you haven't listened to that, check out and tune into part 1. But in part 2, we're going to deep dive into Lok's journey at FWD. And at such a young age, right, you already have a lot of achievements. Yeah. So I think Lok, just to give some context, Lok currently now is 24, 25?
24.
24. Yeah, that's still, in the early 20s. So from what he has achieved today, I think it's really a lot. And hopefully it inspires, the audience on his journey. Yeah. So can you share about, just to kick things off, can you share about, your career journey in FWD? And how fast you progress, the trajectory, and then I think we can touch into other topics.
So I would like to talk about how I met my manager first. I was an athlete, right? And I go to physio to cure my leg a lot, and my physio is a very good friend with my manager right now. That's how I know him, and my manager have worked in this industry for 14 years, and he is a regional director, and he inspired me to get into this industry. And then in the past 1.5 years, I learned from him. He taught me a lot, what is your mindset in this industry, and that's a couple of things he told me, the most important. And the first number one is about the culture. I think is relationship is important to your client or to your friend. Not only talking about the business, but also care about someone's life. Before, I don't really care. Friends, you come out and drink, and then we don't usually have a deep talk, right? I think it's more important, if you talk to people deeply, you know what they think, and you become very good friend. So I always like to talk to people, and that's how I meet a lot of people. That's how I start to do my business. Yeah, that's important. Yeah.
Is your current manager the friend? Because in part 1 you did mention you have the friend to see potential in you. Is that your current manager, or was that someone else?
Yeah, my current manager.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you met him because he was close to your physio, and back in the Hong Kong team you were recovering rehabilitation.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay.
That's actually very far away, the relationship. That's interesting, because I think that's the mindset. It's the same mindset. He is a good relationship with physio, and once the physio know I need the jobs, and he introduced me to my manager. That's because of a good relationship between them, and the physio is more willing to introduce more new client or new prospect to him. It's the same mindset to me how I do insurance right now. I keep relationship to everyone, and everyone will have some client or new friends. They want to know more about how to buy insurance, how to do wealth management, all stuff like that. They're more willing to introduce people to me. So that's a very important mindset I have to follow in this industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to touch upon because now these are how you actually step into it, right?
Yeah.
but I think a lot of people have quite negative mindset. I think majority of people have negative mindset about insurance agent or actually being an insurance agent. A lot of people before they actually jump into being an agent, they have some sort of barrier that they need to like, oh, am I really gonna be an insurance agent and all? Because I think we covered some in other episodes. We covered like, okay, people normally have quite negative connotation about insurance agents, even though insurance is really very important. So make sure you guys get insured, especially like the medical or like critical illness. Recently did. But just wanted to get your views on that and how you actually overcome it, because you were not doing insurance before that.
Actually, for me, I don't have any negative feelings for insurance like in the past, even though when I was in a footballer, because for me I think insurance is important. Like agent is just a helper to you to buy the right thing and do the service to you. And for me, I don't have the negative thinking in this industry, but I think why the people have the negative feeling in the past, because I think in the past the insurance, like the terms or condition may very tight or very
and not so transparent, right?
Yeah,
there are a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of terms that
a lot of terms that very lot
like make people feel
favor.
like, make people feel like they're being cheated, right?
Yeah, and like they don't actually claim the money from the insurance company, but like for like this 10 to 20 years, the government have more like control the company. They have very like policy to follow. Like the government want the people to buy in the insurance, so like the people is more open mind in this industry. I think lot like in the past, like the people who think about insurance is actually helping myself, but not like cheating or something else.
I just want to touch a point. I think why a lot of people think like, oh, insurance is I don't think people think insurance is bad. I think that part, there's definitely a lot more education that needs to be done so that people are aware how important, how core this is. I think the negative side comes like from like the being too salesy, being too pushy to sign on a premium or a particular package. Over coverage. And I think people also have the mindset, oh, insurance is MLM. It's like a pyramid scheme. So basically like, oh, they get very rich, they hire people, a team that is very motivated, and then they sell with their normally young people. So I think that's what people think about that. It's like people think about it as like Wolf of Wall Street, try to think. But actually no, the product itself is actually very useful. It's been around for a couple hundred years already. That's the reason why insurance are so large organizations, because they need to cover a lot of that collaterals to really give that coverage to people. So just to just add my thoughts and perspective onto this. But I think going back to you, Lok, right? So your manager focused on relationship building, and also how's your time at FWD? How did you progress so quickly? You only like when did you join FWD?
Like
22 or
23.
23.
That's 1 year, right?
Just 1 year ago, right? That means. So in that 1 year, how did you progress so quickly?
I think it's a needs of the young people actually, because a lot of people in the past, like their family, they don't have insurance coverage and they don't believe in insurance. Some of the people, and like most of the friend, like for like around my age, just come into the jobs market and they need insurance. And I think the friend, like thanks to my friend, because they trust me and they let me to do their insurance stuff, and I got a lot of good friends supporting me, and that's how myself like start to get a good result in this industry. But I want to talk more about how to build a team, because on the same time you have to build a team and you have like enough clients, right? And I think why I build a team so fastly, because I can recruit the right person. Like as I say, my style, like my style is more like friendly to people. Like yeah, the relationship. I focus on relationship. I don't want to because of insurance. I broke relationship with other, like because I always think like people will help you if not insurance. There's other stuff they will help you, or if they need help, I can provide some help to them. That's how relationship create, right? Yeah, and I love that relationship between others. So I believe that I like in the past maybe if you don't buy insurance to me and I never find this guy, like some stuff like that, right, in the past, but I don't think this is a right way to do it. And I think that mindset let my client trust me and they're willing to introduce more client to me, and that kind of mindset I share to my friend and they accept it and they like to learn more about my team, and like kind of that kind of same mindset people come into me, and we grow together. It's not just my talent. It's because like they accept that kind of working mindset, I think, and the same thought will come to me. Yeah, that's how I build a team, I think.
I think those are very insightful. I think it's very different, or maybe I'm not sure because I'm not directly in the industry, but having like you treat the people in your team as a partnership. It's not like you control them as a manager.
Yeah.
And then you, as long as you share the same mindset, the same objective, the same things that make you feel fulfilled, right?
Yeah.
That's how you actually scale and find like-minded people. And it, like if I picked up correctly, your friends that actually joined, they are mainly like not really your, are they your clients or like, yeah, just one, because I heard like friends. Yeah, so how do you find those people to actually
join to my team?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I think my team have like 3 to 4 people right now, and we have a little unit, and they come from different backgrounds. Some of them is like me, like footballer, and like at that time they don't have a team to play with, and they need a new way to earn money. Yeah, that's the first type, and yeah, they for this type people they accept the same mindset to me, and they come to my team. And a certain type of the member of my team is they are my client. Yeah, they actually become my client to my member teammates. Yeah, and this is very interesting. Yeah, because I tell them the importance of insurance and how they do, and they find that this industry is very different to other industry, because you like they usually work have a stable work, right? Like people have a stable work, they have limit salary. But for my industry, I don't have a limit. Like if you can find 100 people a month, you can earn like a million in a month, and this make them feels like, oh, I can control my life, because in a stable work, I work more, I won't get more money, and in this age, they want something new, like they want to fight for their life, and that makes them feels like yeah, in this industry, in insurance, they can control their income. Like, I want to earn more. I'm more hardworking. I can earn more. So they come to my team and they know my culture and they accept it and they just come here.
Yeah, I think I really can relate to that. Like, who doesn't love? I mean, like, I think it's because of society, and money is really the currency in today's society, right? You need money in order to secure a good life or fulfilled life. And I think insurance is definitely, though it's like a, how should I say, like, people will have whatever they think about, being an insurance agent, but it actually provides a very
good environment.
Yeah, a good environment for young people. Uncapped salary is so powerful.
Yeah.
And like, I really like what you say, like when we had a catch up before, and you say like, okay, there's no limitation whether you're young or old, like, and as long as you put your heart, your effort into it, you're gonna do well. And those people that don't do well, if they have 1 year, probably because they don't have the right mindset, because there's so many different ways to be a good insurance agent, right?
Because there's
Yeah.
so many ways to do it. Like you can just go out and meet people, and you can have many ways to do it. Like you always find a way, even though if you don't know anyone before you go into that industry, you can just go out and meet people. Like if you are hardworking, you will get the results. That's always I believe, and that's what I believe also in football industry. Yeah, because in football industry, I feel like if I work hard enough, if the chance don't come into me, like I don't have enough. I don't have any results, right? But in insurance, it's different. I pay how much I pay, and how much I get. That's very important.
It's really like it's like you run your own startup, right? Even though you join like a big organization already, but you take control of your own life on how much you want, right? So I think I really like the uncapped salary. I think it's fancy, but it's really hard earned blood, sweat, and tears. And I think taking what you said, like how you create that first initial success before being able to have the opportunity to start your team after like 1 year, right? Yeah, I think what I picked out is like, okay, you went into the industry clean, but because you are around people that are quite untapped into this insurance thing, right? And then you really took control and really like put yourself out there to, you know, share the benefits, because it is beneficial. I always believe like everyone should be on an insurance plan, and I never thought of it that way until like, you know, I'm now late 20s, and I thought it's important. And that's how so just some backstory. I think Lok, I really like Lok's mindset, and why I really like it, because of course, number one, he's very resourceful. He knows his stuff about different premiums, the competitive landscape. So I always cross-check a lot of different plans from different companies on that. And I was actually, it's quite surprising, I was actually going to sign on, you know, at least the critical illness side with FWD. And I turned out like I have my own thinking that, why don't I try something like those digital insurance, right? So I went on with Bowtie, something like per month with 1 year commitment instead. But I really like, you know, Lok, and I really appreciate, you know, like it has built on to sort of a friendship, right? And you never know, like, you know, so now you're on the podcast, but, you know, down the road, you know, how we can help each other. So really having the mindset that, you know, you meet people not just to sell. Obviously that is something part of it, but you meet someone just to connect. I like what you say, connect people at a deeper level. And I think you find fulfillment because you can connect with people at a deeper level, as opposed to just like talking superficial stuff, drinking with friends. I mean, those are fun, right? But you don't really see a person from deeply inside. And if you can do it every day with your teammates, with your customers. And another part I think I really want to deep dive more is like you mentioned about leading a team, and really because of your intrinsic nature to actually want to are curious to know about other people's life, right? You put yourself out there and connect at a deeper level. I think that's very different than people to just connect on a superficial level, and it will really transform your life and thinking in general, right?
I think
because
so.
like when you meet new people or you connect with existing friends, you will connect with them at a deeper level, and then you realize that honestly you don't need so many friends in life. As long as like you surround yourself, let's say 5-6 good friends around you that shares the same value, and you connect them, you're happy being around them. Of course, girlfriend is one of the big thing, or your partner, right? And then that sort of shape you to who you are. And I think I wanted to segue this point into, you know, leading a team at such, or having the opportunity to lead a team at such a young age. What, like, we know that, okay, aligning them on the value and everything, but because you're also a millennial yourself, right? And your teammates are millennial yourself, can you share some, you know, if you had some stuff to share about, you know, your leadership principles around it, and how you build them and let them also become, how should I say it? Like, loyal is a sensitive way to say it, because we all know as millennials, people, you know, come and go easily. But how do you, you know, initially, you know, start off, and then is there like a leadership framework that you have, or you really learn on your go? Because it's very interesting. Like, you just you really grew very quickly.
Yes.
You delivered your results, and then
Mhm.
you were just one of the or two or like the second unit manager or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah. I think the leadership style for me is actually I wanted to say in two ways.
Yeah.
For one, the first one, the most important is you need to know more than your teammates. That's more important because, like, especially for me, I'm just 24. Like, people, oh, you're young, you don't know much stuff about industry or much knowledge. They don't trust you. Like, that's the most struggle I have to face. Like, when people come to see you, oh, I'm 30. Why I have to join your team? Because I should have more life experience than you. So in that time, like, I have to share more professional knowledge to them and show them I'm actually know a lot of stuff. Like, not just not because I'm young doesn't mean that I don't know stuff. And I think that's required a lot of hard work behind that. And because nowadays insurance is not only about insurance, it's also is wealth management. Like, you have saving product, you have insurance product, you have investment product. Like, actually everything about money you have to know. Like, even Bitcoin, people talk about Bitcoin, you have to know what is Bitcoin.
To the
Yeah.
moon.
To the moon, yeah. You actually need to know what is the world happening. And that's if you have enough knowledge, people will like not trust you, but they will start to um listen what you say. If you don't have all this, people won't even listen to you because you are 24. Yeah, age is a problem. I always think, but also I think it's in the other side. Oh, people think, oh, you're just 24 and you know stuff, like many stuff, like even my agents don't know it, or my mom's agent is 50. They don't know much stuff like that, and that's my value. I have to provide value to people, and my teammates also think, oh, my leader is anything I don't know, I can ask my leader, and he can help. That's important because I can always offer professional knowledge to them. How they in this condition, how you can compare to other plan, and like your case, you're comparing with other insurance company, right? And I need to know what the other insurance company benefit and the disadvantage, advantage, and I always can provide that kind of value to my teammates. So I think professional knowledge is important. And second thing, I think it's more people, like relationship again. Like, most of the people like will treat their teammates like boss and your how to say
Your teammates. Or
your
what?
teammates. Yeah, they have a level like upper and lower.
So that's a power difference, right?
Yeah, power difference. And I don't really like that kind of relationship because I want to care my teammates as my family. Like, they have any problem, not only in business,
Yep.
but also like the relationship problem. Like, last week, I have a teammate just maybe broke up with his girlfriend, and I talked with him in the office until 2 a.m.
Okay.
I think, yeah, I think I am the, how to say, I can always like have a people to talk with,
Yep.
like with my teammates. I
Yep.
think that's very important.
Yep.
That's so different to the working place nowadays. Like, people will think like, don't tell anything to your boss, like stuff like that. I think that will ruin your team. Yeah, I think I would like
These
to
two
share.
are the main.
Yeah,
Okay.
two are the main factor.
And maybe I share some, like, okay, I don't know Lok very well, but through my experience on how he handled the situation. So just on these 2 points, I can see, you actually walk the talk and talk the walk kind of person. So you lead by example. So first one, you say, okay, you're very professional, right? And everything. And this one I can agree, like how you actually show value, because the way that you do your, I wouldn't say pitches or anything, but the way you present the plans, right? You use very clear way. Because for me, like, actually I only started looking at insurance this year, and because I listen to different things and I realized that, oh, insurance is so important. And that's why I also explored with you, even though I just know you're on Uber, because I have the mindset that insurance is important. And you shared it in a way that, in layman terms, someone young could understand.
Yeah.
Year 1, year 2, let's say you get cancer, and then, okay, you get another time cancer, or that. I think what you do is like you use a lot of different
Scenario.
Yes. And tools. Like you use Canva to do your present. People normally do PowerPoint, or they just take out the insurance brochure and go through. And that is, the brochure is so complicating.
Yeah.
So many fine
There's 50
pages.
pages.
Exactly. So I really like the idea that, you have a lot of different templates that you have created, and a lot of, the what millennials are interested in, like investment plan. Okay, how does this wealth management plan compares to cryptocurrency? Because right now insurance, there's no way that you can put money into the crypto. But I think where you are is like, oh, you need to not put all your eggs in one basket and have something more safe and secure.
Exactly.
So, like what you mentioned, like the 50-year-old agent and all, they might not even know what
is
crypto.
crypto?
So back then, it's like, okay, the millennial will be like, okay, I'm not gonna work with you because you don't really know my needs, etc.
Yeah.
So I think you did a very good job there on how to actually present things or facts in a very clear way, and that adds values. And I think, like, okay, whether people like 30 something, or if they see value, then at least they'll listen to you, like what you say.
Yeah.
And I think just one more quick point on, from what I observe is you use a lot of new ways, innovative ways to generate leads. You create your own sales funnel. You use Instagram page.
Yes.
So that is something very, very innovative.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's like in terms of your, professional, how you show value, and part of your whole leadership principle. The second one, I think I can resonate on that. Like, okay, you basically provide a very, like, you take out any kind of like manager and teammate kind
I
of
don't
thing.
have stuff like that.
People will respect you. You expect people to respect you, obviously. If not, because if there's no respect, then it's very hard for you to do. But I think you don't take the respect for granted.
Yeah.
You earn it, and you don't expect people to give you respect.
Yeah.
And you make sure you provide the pillars of support to them. For example, your teammates, like you say, okay, someone to talk openly until 2 a.m. Normally, if it's not a customer or anything, like if I, I put into context in the workplace, not all managers will care about your personal life. Of course, they'll care, but they won't like, give so much advice, because they might be like, that's not something that I should do.
I should do. Yeah.
It's not part of my job scope. Yeah. So I think these two are, what you mentioned, I can see, I can see it through my experience with you as an agent. And I think, that's really, really great for me to know. Yeah. So with that in mind, right, you've shared about, how you had a fast-paced career in the insurance, and honestly, just the beginning, right? Because you only ventured in 1 year. And now you're a team leader.
Not even 10%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? And what are your plans? And basically, what's the future for you? Because you're only in here 1 year, right? Or 1.5 years.
1.5.
Exactly.
And I think, actually, I think I have get through the hardest part of industry already. I have my own team. That's a very impressive in 1 year, and I won't stop. Like in this level, I want to chase more, and that's how I do. And in 3 to 5 years, I have a plan. Actually, I want to create a 30 or to 40 people's team. Yeah, that's I know it's kind of impossible to have a like 25, 26 years old people to create a 40, 50 people's team. And I think I just keep doing my jobs, and I can achieve that. And also in the second part, I want to I started Instagram page, right?
Yep.
And it's growing fast. And I
you
want
to name what's the Instagram page so that we
like
turtles.hkg. Yeah, so check out turtles.hkg if you want to learn more about different insurance packages.
And I want to let people know more about what insurance do nowadays to more people. So I think the social media is more important nowadays. So I want to grow in social media fast, because there's like not much social media about insurance or about investment nowadays in Hong Kong. Like I think in US there's a lot, right? I think that's my plan to grow a big social media platform to others to get about they can know their insurance value from internet or investment idea from internet, not only seeing me. Like seeing me is only like I say it more deeply customized their needs, but also they can know what they need in just from the internet. So I think that's very important, and that's my ultimate goal to do it.
All right. Yeah. I think I hope like then hopefully down the road when we can get you on to share more on your journey on how you achieve your goal. So right now the team is like 3, 4, like 5 people, right? Around that.
To including me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So in just 1 year, like managing 5 people, I think that's something to be very, very proud of. But it's not the end, right?
Yeah.
So
No, it's not.
definitely.
It's just the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think innovative way to get the word out there using and leveraging social media. And I think with the right mindset, with the right execution plan, and with the right teammates and collaborators, I think I'm very excited to see down the road.
Thank you.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe I'll be joining. Yeah, but just a joke. But you never know, right? You never know. Yeah.
Never know.
So with that, thank you very much. Lok,
thank you
for your honest
Thank you for
sharing.
inviting.
No, it's a pleasure. Yeah, it's interesting, right? From Uber ride, and then having dinner about it, and then meeting in your office or your manager's office to see the different plans. And in the end, this still not decided, but we kept in touch, and then we always talk about we need you to come on the podcast to share your views to young adults. So hopefully it was share it's fruitful, and maybe for your teammates I think it's also very interesting for them to hear you Tayat speak in English.
I haven't speaking English for years after I come back from
so
US.
it's cool. All right, so with that, thank you very much everyone for your time, your effort to listening. If you like it, like, subscribe, comment, and if you want to hear, if you have any questions to Lok, check out his Instagram page, and then we'll see you in the next episode.
See you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.